Yeah, rest in peace, Christine McVie, or otherwise known as Christine Perfect. I did record my tribute, which was a rendition of her famous song from the Rumors 1977 album, Songbird. I wanted to include clips from different concert appearances and music videos, but boy, the WB Warner Brothers, oh my God, Warner Brothers Music Group, they block that shit harder than me trying to get a Prince song on the air. So Warner Brothers is notoriously protective. Now, I muted the audio. The audio wasn't in there in the different songs. So at first, I thought Little Lies was a great Christine, it is a great Christine McVie tribute video, but the YouTube and Warner Brothers Music Group were having none of that as a tribute. So if you do find yourself wanting to do tributes to Fleetwood Mac, know that Warner Brothers is going to heavily protect the video and the audio. So that may cause problems for you if you want to tribute the band and Christine McVie, who died today and at 79 years old. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and upload it's going to be Songbird. So I'm going to do some pictures, which I don't think that Warner Brothers has the rights to a person's likeness or their pictures. So it won't be any video. There'll be pictures and then maybe some birds flying around or something classy like that. Get some good bird photography, some of the best birds, and maybe birds that have to do with peace and rest, that sort of thing. It's not going to be just all 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the birds, but anyways, I'm going to try to make it more about Christine McVie, so it's going to have a collage of a lot of her pictures, and then I'm going to sing on it as a karaoke from Sing King, and see if I can escape the censors and the copywriters out of that. So we give a pretty solid tribute. I can't find my copy of Tusk right now. I don't know why. It's got to be somewhere, unless I don't know, I lost it, crashed my car or something like that. And but I have the Fleetwood Mac Rumors from 1977. Got the CD. I don't know exactly when the CD was released, but anyhow, still kept it pretty pristine. And I've seen Fleetwood Mac twice. I was born in 1980, so I wasn't around when Fleetwood Mac released Fleetwood Mac in 1975, and have that record somewhere too. And this is a promotional. It's kind of rare. My friend worked in radio, music, and television for Clear Channel, and he got these promotional "Say You Will" by Fleetwood Mac. In fact, the Christine McVie was not heavily involved in this album, actually. So, but she was in most of the Fleetwood Mac albums. Do they just list her at the end she's a contributor on this? Additional performance by Christine McVie. Okay. So she's not official, as a songwriter, but she is listed like as someone who contributed on the music of the album at least. So what happened was she took a break from the rock and roll and she went back to her farm in England with her husband and decided she kind of declared she's too old to rock and roll, basically, and took herself kind of a vacation from the Fleetwood Mac, basically. And so, yeah, I'm glad to have this recording, especially this print, because it's rare. And my friend gave it to me because he knew I was a big Fleetwood Mac fan. So yeah, during the 80s and the 1990s, when I would listen to classic rock radio, of course, I loved The Chain. Stevie Nicks' solo work was a big deal in the 1980s. I probably heard a lot of Christine McVie music. She had a lot of big singles from her solo albums and collaborations with Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham and so forth. But I'm glad that they came. But when I was about 17, they released an album called The Dance, and I used to have that CD, but I lost it because I was jamming it out so much. And I'll probably buy The Dance, the DVD, or buy it on digital and then buy a CD again if they have it in whatever medium it's available in the future. Probably more digital these days than a physical copy of something. But so they did this special called The Dance, and this was the Fleetwood Mac reunion officially after they had been broken up for many years. This was the original quintet, the Fab Five, that had made Fleetwood Mac, the landmark best-selling album Rumors in 1977, and then of course Tusk. Did that come out when I was born, 1980 or so, or 1981, somewhere around there? So I don't believe it was 79. I want to say it was in the 80s, early 80s, but the Fab Five that was on also Tango in the Night, and so on. So there's been a lot of lineup changes in Fleetwood Mac because of band members quitting or retiring or not getting along with each other and things of that nature. So I think the tumultuous nature of the group is well documented, so I don't need to go into it much here. I was lucky to see. I didn't see Christine McVie in 2004 because she was semi-retired, and I saw live at the Woodlands, Texas when I was 24. I went to an awesome summer concert that was in promotion of this album, Say You Will, with John McVie, Mick Fleetwood, Lindsey Buckingham, and Stevie Nicks. I sat more on the Stevie Nicks side, but I saw the whole band and everything. And Lindsey Buckingham wailing and fucking on stage. It was kick-ass. And then in 2015, my friend who owns a music shop down the road, he says, "Hey man, do you want to," he never cuts me a deal or anything. If the shit's like $300, he always charges me $300. You know, he's kind of a shyster kind of guy. He's trustworthy, but kind of a, what do they call it, cheapskate. He's kind of had to watch him with money and what he's doing. So, I mean, he's sort of the type of guy that saves his own ass before he cares about anybody else's, usually. But that night, I was like, hey, I got Fleetwood Mac tickets. He goes, dude, it's third row. And Christine McVie came back, and this was the 2015 show at the Toyota Center. So I just jumped on it. I didn't really want to blow whatever that was, $200, $300 at that time. I had rent, I had bills, I have all the shit. But I was like, dude, I have a steady job. I'll make up for it later, you know? This might be a once in a lifetime opportunity. And it turns out it was, because they would break up and everything later. And so anyhow, Lindsey Buckingham would have a heart attack. He'd get kicked out of the band. Lindsey Buckingham would be replaced. So it wouldn't be the original five, like in the Dance and Rumors, Tusk and Fleetwood Mac. It wouldn't be the Fab Five, if you will. The Fine Five, or whatever you want to call them. So I was super excited. And I just dropped the CD just now. I was so excited. So yeah, I love this band, their poetry, their chemistry. The music is legendary and landmark album. Even recently, I've always been a diehard fan. I don't care if people, even when I was 17, you know, that music was already, 20 years old when I was 17 in 1997, but I was still jamming it out because I was like, this is terrific. That was even before like much social media, before the guy, the Mexican dude, his car broke down and he was skateboarding, you know, singing Fleetwood Mac Dreams and drinking Hawaiian fruit punch or whatever the hell the TikTok video was. So that was way before that, all that stuff. Now, I'm not the biggest Fleetwood Mac fan, of course, because you would have to have a lot of money. You would have to meet them. You'd have to get a lot of autographs. I mean, I'm not really in a competition with the other Fleetwood Mac fans. I'm not even in competition with the people that want to YouTube about Fleetwood Mac or try to... It's really hard to spin tabloids about Christine McVie. Maybe other members of the group with more, but she doesn't have a lot of salacious sexual behavior might have had a problem with drugs and alcohol, but she kicked it early on, probably, I think. And so, yeah, she's like one of the most least controversial, most mature members of that group, I think. And so I don't know, these spinsters that want to say that I've been seeing already on her very death day, trying to spin some kind of tabloid stuff, or people that listen to like fucking rap that haven't listened to maybe even one classic rock Fleetwood Mac album. It's pretty mystifying. I'm not gonna watch every R.I.P. Christine McVie video on here, because some are gonna be total fucking bullshit. And so I decided I'm gonna do one song, one proper tribute. I was just making this video to discuss the copyright issues and to say rest in peace to one of the greatest, the principal songwriters of Fleetwood Mac, Christine Perfect McVie, and also the keyboard, piano, and singer. Really a wonderful British songwriter and singer. So, yeah, there'll never be another. And I'm not going to go through a lot of BS YouTube videos and social media that wants to just try to get clicks to their channel or some shit like that, or they want to get more money to their Patreon, trying to use somebody's death for that. It's very inappropriate. So this is from the heart, like, for my love of Fleetwood Mac and the music and Christine McVie. This is not about clicks or subs or fucking money or anything that's superficial. So anyways, God bless and best of success. I'm going to avoid a lot of the tribute videos. I may use some of the footage of the tributes to from different news outlets to complete my own tribute video with Songbird in it. So anyways, rest in peace, legendary great of Fleetwood Mac, Christine Ann McVie. Peace. And you'll see the tribute probably, my tribute's going to come out, like, I might even work on it tonight, because I'm kind of jazzed up. And then and you know, I'll have all the footage and everything from the nightly newscasts and everything. I'll put the editing in place and the song. And so, all right, until the next time.